And when this cometh to pass, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them, that microchip is coming, and you all will regret for not listening to prophets of great millstone.
We're there now. Did you see what Sam Altman said yesterday? He believes we are now at the singularity. That's when everything changes. That's when you're pulled into this vortex you cannot reverse, and it's going to compound faster and faster and faster and faster. And Sam Altman just said, we're there. Elon Musk said we were there about 6 months ago. If we're there today or tomorrow or in 6 months or last 6 months, it's here, gang. And it's going to get harder from here. Zuckerberg told investors that a person without AI glasses may be at a significant cognitive disadvantage against the people they work with and compete against. Why? Why? You're at a disadvantage. This is what Ray Kurzweil said about taking a chip. I said, I don't want a chip, Ray. He said, Glenn, everybody will have a chip. I don't want the chip. But Glenn, you can take the chip and you'll be able to speak any language. You'll be able to access who you're talking to, who's on the street. You'll know because you will be one with the internet. And I said, I want to be just me. I don't want that. For me to be one with the internet, it also requires that I not only can get uploads, but it will take downloads as well. No, he said, Glenn, everyone will want it. You will be, excuse the language, it'll be as if you're retarded. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it. This is the product pitch from Zuckerberg. That's the threat delivered as a forecast. Wear it or fall behind. Wear it or fall behind.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us 100% truth according to the spirits of be Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect that they're pushing his word through the four corners of the earth in truth and sincerity. Peace and blessing to your hopeful believers out there, which are also part of the elect to also Shalom. And once again, I want to say, call Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash, for giving our Rahakwadash, the Holy Spirit, to do the lesson on today. Lord, and the feed you, lemon sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So we have a video to the parents for the Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And you're going to have to see the Slocky. You're going to see the clip playing beginning by the brother, man, which is a beautiful clip. Beautiful clip, man. You know, all I would say is call Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, man. Call her Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah 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 Yahweh Shai, man. We here. See that video, watching that video got me excited. You see, it got me excited, man. But I wanted to land back off of it. I want to pull a couple precepts, you know, that came to mind. I want to start off with the Second Peter, man, because you know when you I'm gonna start off with the Second Peter because I'm gonna just read it. It's Second Peter chapter 1, verse 19. It says, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that you take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place until the day dawn and a day star rise in your hearts." You see, we have a sure word of prophecy through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And the Lord is definitely proving that. You know, you read about in the book of Isaiah, the Lord said he's going to confirm the word of his prophets. He's definitely confirming the words of the prophets. Because you got to think about this, man. When you look all throughout history, and you know, our apostles and our elders, and even when you go through yourself, you know, you got to think about it. Prophecies have been fulfilled throughout the Bible. You know, you read about the prophecies of Alexander the Greek and him being a leopard, the Medo-Persian Empire. You know, Darius the Mede. You know, the Babylonian Empire, the Northern Kingdom being sacked by the Neo-Assyrian Empire. And you read all these particular prophecies, and these things have come to pass. This is a history. Hey, y'all stop. This is history. You could go to your local history book. You even got scholars that don't even have the spirit, but you know they could link these things to the Bible. You know, these certain history figures. You know, certain kings of the Syrian. Stop, Leo. It's like I'm watching my kids. Assyrian kings. You know, I was recently looking into it. You know, things like that. So through the prosperity of Yahweh Shah, we have 100% truth, man. We have it. And the Lord is confirming that we have it through the prosperity of Yahweh Shah. Lord, will we keep it? You see? That's why we describe ourselves as being the hopeful, that we pray and hope that we are of the elect. We are the ones that the Lord has ordained to receive mercy in the times that we're coming into, man. Because the system that this devil's trying to establish, this goal that this devil's trying to achieve, right? He's gonna result in a lot of chaos being on earth, which is ultimately the will of the Lord, you know, through the acts of Jacob troubles and things like that. You see, but it's just, man, I'm gonna read it. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 5. Well, I'm start off Revelation chapter 14, right? Start at verse 1, really. It says, "And I looked, and lo," this is John the Revelator. Stop, Lee. Stop. Get off of him. Right? So it says, read it from the top. It says, "And I looked, and lo," right? It says, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion," right? Which is who? The Israelites. Mount Zion is the Israelites, which is Heart to Zion in the Hebrew, right? Hold on, Salaka. Salakia. I'm reading from the top, Revelation 14 and verse 1. It says, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb," which this lamb is who? This is Yahushua, "stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 having his father's name written in their foreheads." You see, going into who? The governing body, Mount Government of Israel. You see, the 144,000. Which are all men. It says, "And I heard a voice from heaven, as a voice of many waters, and as a voice of a great thunder. And I heard a voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And what is that song essentially? Hey, y'all stop. Shh. Be quiet. Salakia. But it says, and they sung a new song. And what's that new song? Essentially, these scriptures. These scriptures are that new song, man. And nobody else can learn it. You read about that in Psalm 91. You got to be initiated, you see. The only ones that receive the secrets were the disciples, not everybody. Right? So you keep going, it says, these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. This is not literal. That these men ain't had no sex, but they are not defiled in the sense of dealing with these philosophies. You see? Right? It says these which are defiled, these which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins, you see? They're not, Paul said, I espouse you to one husband, a chaste virgin. Stop, Noble. You see, so what's that's going to? It's going to simply the fact of us only following and serving Yahweh by Shema Shai as being his woman. We're not sitting here and laughing at another man's jokes and trying to impress another man. We're just trying to impress Yahweh by Shema Shai. Little will we be the elect. So these are they which are not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whatsoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the power and to the Lamb. You see? These are they that continue in his temptations, the elect, right? And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. You see, so the prophets in their mouth was found no guile. So you should ask yourself, because all of these people agree that the revelations are apocalyptic scriptures, you know? Apocalyptic scriptures. So if these are things y'all speak about the end, who can you say today has no guile? Which means they have 100% truth. Everything that they've spoken, everything that they taught, everything that they preached, you know, everything they proclaimed, are those things coming to pass? You know, a lot of camps have remixed the doctrine. They have perverted the doctrine, tainted it by adding and taking away. A lot of them will go back on certain breakdowns that they've been hell-bent on holding for a long time. Who can you say has been time in and time out, day in and day out, 24 hours of the day, talked about the things going on now? There's only one camp, and that's GMS, and any other camp that follows the same doctrine of GMS, which is essentially the doctrine and the witness of Yahweh Shai, the testimony of Yahweh Shai. You see? That's the only one. And as these things continue to play out, they're confirming who the Lord is dealing with, man. They give you no doubt, you know. Me just speaking as a man, I firmly believe that the apostles are indeed men of the Lord. You see? I firmly believe the apostles are elder bishops. I believe they are men of the Lord, man. And that's me speaking as a man, you know, in the spirit, essentially. Because, of course, we don't know, and it's no guarantee, you know, but we all pray and hope that we are of the elect. But for sure, one thing we can't deny is that our apostles and our elders and the ones of GMS and the same doctrine, everything that they've spoken has indeed come true. The things that they speak are coming to fruition. They are coming to light. You see? They call out Yahweh Shai 144. It's 1044, but they're coming to light, man. Can't deny it. The micro C hip, AI reaching singularity. You're gonna be, essentially, they said that you're gonna be, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it, man. Because he read it, Revelation 13. I'm ended off with this. Let me pull it real quick. It says Revelation chapter 13. And I'm going to read this specific point, you know. But I start at verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Why? Because Esau is essentially in rulership. He has the authority of the earth. And the Lord is allowing him to do things in the earth to fulfill prophecy. You read about that in 2 Thessalonians 2. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. And what is essentially the image of the beast? You see? The image of the beast it's not going to be no actual literal image. It's essentially what it stands for, what the system mirrors. What is that? It's based upon the ancient pagan Roman Empire, man. All these sodomites, you see? This lewdness, there's nothing but lawlessness here. And when you take that C-hip, you say you're down with the image of the beast. You're down with the particular thing that this system is pushing forth. You see? That's what you do when you take the C-hip. You show your allegiance to the beast and his image. So it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause it as many. And we're seeing the image of the beast speak right now. You see, with this technology, and we're not talking about in the literal sense, it's actually speaking, which AI, you be speaking. But nah, we see the technology is going to help the devil fulfill what? His plan. You see, which is all prophecy. And it says, and cause that as many will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. You see, so now when you get this word killed, well, not this part. Well, actually, I think it is this. Let me scroll down. Yeah, okay, it is this. This is one right here. It's the word killed right here. When you get this word killed in the Greek, right? I think you gotta get the root word. Yep. So you get the word killed as apo. Apo, and it says of separation, of local separation. Didn't we not just hear that? That this Mark Zuckerberg said if you don't got the meta glasses or whatever they call them, you're gonna be essentially retarded because you're not gonna be able to keep up with your peers because they're gonna be advanced due to the technology AI. If you don't merge with AI, which we've been saying this the whole time through the Parents for the Yahweh Shai, you don't merge with AI because he said what? He pretty much said, the dude said in a video, if you don't merge with AI, you're not going to be able to operate in society. So by default, you're going to be, what's the word I had the word on the tip of my tongue. As a matter of fact, you're going to need to play catch up, essentially. You're going to be out of luck. You're going to need to play catch up. That's what the scriptures, we've, through the past pretty Yahweh, we've been breaking it down through the scriptures. See, read verse 16, and he cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, right? So nobody has an exception. The only ones, well, actually, nobody has an exception. Esau wants everybody to take the C-hip. You see? Everybody. But the only ones who's going to be able to survive through this time is going to be able to go around it. You see, will be what? The elect. Because the Lord will have divine intervention, which is going to allow them to be able to be equipped with the spirit to not be able to take the C-hip, man. You read about that in Revelation 3. What does it say? It says that because you have kept the word of my patience, I will keep you from the hour of temptation. So through Yahweh, through our faith and trust in Yahweh Shai, he's going to give provision for the elect. You see? That they're going to be tested, but the Lord's going to have provision for them to where they're going to pass the test. Unlike the whole world. But it says, and he said, cause of all, because this is a temptation on the whole world, and he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, to free and bond, to receive a mark, which we know that word mark in the Greek here is charagma, the word charax, which means a imprinted mark, carnal. Mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell. You won't be able to operate in society. You see, you're going to have to be playing catch up. And you'll never catch up unless you merge. Save he did have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You see? So I just want to bring this out to the spirit, man. We here. That's why, through the spirit, I've been noticing a lot of videos of spirit is speaking. That persecution is coming soon, very soon. A lot of videos been going out talking about the aspect of, us manning up and really putting our trust in Yahweh Shah, because that persecution is coming. You see, and we know it's gonna come when this siyub, when we closer to that siyub being made mandatory. Salakia. You see, we know that. Because we're gonna be essentially ostracized from society. We're not gonna be able to operate, man. So Lord is edifying to the power spirit of Yahweh Bashma Bashah. I'm not saying call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Kagodash. Until y'all say shalom.